Hello student, this is our chapter number 2, landforms. In our previous class, we have discussed about landforms, other forms like mountains, exogenic forces or external forces, endogenic forces and internal forces, types of fold mountains, block mountains and volcanic mountains, valleys. Today, we are going to study about plateaus. So let's start. A flat top table land is called plateau. A flat land or plain land is called a plateau. It is also called highland or tableland. The plateau is also called with another names highlands or tableland. It is a flat terrain that is raised significantly above the surrounding areas, often with one or more side with steep slopes one or other side. Plateau are classified in several ways. They are classified into several ways. Plateau are formed by uplifting of earth crust or by volcanic activity. Because of volcanic activity, some plateaux are formed by glacial erosion, glacial melted or glacial erosion or deposition. Example, the Deccan Plateau and the Tibetan Plateau and the East African Plateau, etc. Now, the types of plateau. Plateau may be classified according to their origin. According to their origin, they are classified, or these plateaus are as below. The very first plateau is tectonic plateau. Then intermontane plateau. Third type of plateau is volcanic plateau. Fourth is deserted plateau. Fifth is continental plateau. Sixth is fault block plateau. Seventh is Piedmont plateau. So first study about tectonic plateau. These are caused by Earth's movement. Because of Earth movement, that plateau generated or take place. For example, the Deccan Plateau of India and the Meseta of Iberia are the example of tectonic plateau. Second is intermontane plateau. These are the highest and the most extensive plateau in the world. They are formed along with fold mountains. These type of plateau are formed along with the fold mountain. These are situated in between two or more mountain range. They are between the two or more mountains range. Most classic example of this kind of plateau is the Tibetan plateau. So Tibetan plateau is the example of this kind of plateau, which lies between the Himalayas and Kunlun mountains, which is lie between the Himalaya and Kunlun mountains. Now volcanic plateau. These are formed when successive sheet of lava solidify. Example, Columbia Snake Plateau. When lava spread out and a sheet of lava solidify, become solid, and that plateau is formed. Example of that type of plateau is Columbia Snake Plateau. The next type of plateau is deserted plateau. Due to stream action, volcanic ejection of lava, corrosion of rivers, and erosion of wind. That are the some example of that's why deserted plateau formed. And the photo shows the Columbia Snake Plateau. And that erosion by wind, and these are directed into steep tabular masses. Example, the Brazilian plateau, the Colombian plateau. Next type of plateau is continental plateau. These are the massive tableland For example, Plateau of Arabia and Plateau of Greenland. Next type of plateau is fault block plateau. Center plateau of France is the best example of this kind of plateau. Only the example is given in fault block mountain, no explanation. Now, the last type of plateau is Piedmont Plateau. These are surrounded by mountains range. That type of plateau have mountains all over, all around it on the one side and bounded by the plain or ocean on the opposite side. Sorry, one side it has mountains and another side it is bounded by plains or oceans. The opposite side. Piedmont plateaus are residual plateau derived from ancient fold system and are called the residual plateau. That's Piedmont plateau are called the residual plateau also. For example of Piedmont plateaus are the Patagonian plateau, Malwa plateau, etc. Plateau of the words. Some of the examples of plateau of the world. First is African plateau in Africa, Colombian plateau in Colombia, Canadian Plateau in Canada, Brazilian Plateau in Brazil, Italian Plateau in Iranian Plateau in Iran, Mongolian Plateau in Mongolia, Deccan Plateau in India, Labrador Plateau in USA, Patagonian Plateau in South America, Colorado Plateau in USA, Plateau of Spain in Spain, Guyana Highlands in Guyana, Anatolian Anatolian plateau in Turkey. Some of the example of the plateau of all over the world. Now the characteristics of plateau. The surface of the plateau is not always smooth. It is rugged and rocky. Plateaus are not always smooth or plain. Sometimes it's rugged or rocky. A plateau is more or less a stretch of upland that rises sharply above the neighboring lowland. Plateaus are generally more than 300 meters above the sea level. Plateaus are mostly 300 above the sea level, 300 meters. Plateaus are generally rich in minerals. They have many minerals. The Tibetan plateau or Pamir plateau is called a roof of the world because of its height and vastness. They are called the roof of the world. Now, advantage of the plateau. Some are the advantage of plateau. What are the advantage of plateau is? First, plateau are suitable for cattle and sheep rearing. If some people uh, have pets like cattle and sheep, so the rearing to, on the grasslands, so plateau are very suitable for that. But wherever fertile soil is found and adequate rainfall is received, agriculture is done. Example, Deccan Plateau, where that Deccan Plateau have fertile soil and found adequate rainfall received, so agriculture is possible. So Deccan Plateau is also the advantage of Deccan Plateau is to we can grow crops here. Plateau are rich source of minerals. Most of the minerals in the world are obtained from plateaus. It is comparatively easier to separate minerals from plateau than that of from mountains. We can extract minerals from plateau easier than we have to extract that minerals from mountains. The plateau region is developed in mining, and that plateau region is developed in the mining and mineral based industries. Ancient plateaus are rich in gold. The gold is found in ancient plateaus. Silver, copper, iron ore, coal and manganese also found in the ancient plateau. The Deccan Plateau, Western Australian Plateau, Mexican Plateau and the Brazilian Plateau are rich source of different metallic resources. Different metals are found in that plateaus. So student, that's all from this class. If you have any problem, any doubt regarding this chapter, you can ask me. Till then, take care, goodbye, and read the chapter home carefully. Thank you. Thank you, students.